When you look at a stock chart for the first time, it can feel completely random. But one of the easiest ways to simplify a chart is by learning support and resistance. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to draw them properly, how beginners usually mess them up, and how to make your levels actually useful for trading and investing. First, open your charting platform. I'll be using TradingView, but the same concepts work on almost any charting app. Start by zooming out slightly on the chart. One of the biggest beginner mistakes is drawing levels while zoomed in too close. If you only look at a few candles, you miss the bigger picture. Try to view enough price history so you can clearly see where price repeatedly reacted. Now let's start with support. Support is an area where price repeatedly stops falling and starts bouncing higher. Think of it like a floor underneath the stock price. When you look at the chart, identify areas where the stock touched a level multiple times and bounced back up. You do not need the line to be perfectly exact. Support is usually a zone, not a single precise number. For example, if a stock bounced around the same area 3 different times, that area is probably acting as support. Draw a horizontal line across those lows. A quick tip here: focus on obvious reactions. If you need to force a level onto the chart, it probably is not important. Now let's talk about resistance. Resistance is the opposite of support. It is an area where price struggles to move higher and repeatedly gets rejected. You can think of it like a ceiling above the stock price. Look for areas where price pushed upward multiple times but failed to break through. Again, draw a horizontal line across those highs. The more times price reacts to a level, the more important that level usually becomes. A resistance area that rejected price 4 or 5 times is generally stronger than one that only reacted once. Another important tip is to avoid drawing too many lines. Beginners often clutter their chart with dozens of support and resistance levels. That makes the chart confusing and hard to read. Instead, focus on the major levels that stand out immediately. A good rule is this: if you cannot instantly notice the level after zooming out, it may not matter much. Now let's talk about candle wicks. A lot of people ask whether they should draw support and resistance using the candle body or the wick. In most cases, it is better to pay attention to the area where most of the reactions occurred. Sometimes that means using the wick. Other times it means using the candle closes. Do not obsess over making the line perfect because the market rarely respects an exact penny amount. Think in zones instead of exact prices. Another useful trick is checking higher time frames. Support and resistance levels from the daily or weekly chart are usually stronger than levels from the 1-minute or 5-minute chart. So even if you trade short term, it helps to zoom out and identify major levels first. You should also understand role reversal. Sometimes resistance turns into support after a breakout, and sometimes support turns into resistance after a breakdown. This happens constantly in the market, and once you notice it, charts start making a lot more sense. For example, if a stock breaks above resistance and later pulls back to that same level before bouncing again, the old resistance may now be acting as new support. One final beginner mistake to avoid is constantly moving your lines around. Draw your levels based on clear reactions and leave them there. If you keep adjusting every line after every candle, the levels lose meaning. The goal with support and resistance is not predicting the future perfectly. The goal is identifying important areas where price is likely to react. Once you learn this skill, you can start understanding trend reversals, breakouts, pullbacks, and trade entries much more clearly. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe for more beginner-friendly trading tutorials and simple step-by-step walkthroughs.